Hi, welcome to this video where we're going to walk through how to set up your very first conversion inside of Google Ads. So we're going to first of all log back into our account. You're probably going to land on the Overview tab. So you're going to need to look for that Tools and Settings option up in the top right hand corner, and then in the Measurement section, click on Conversions. That's going to take you to the conversion screen. And of course, at this point, you don't have any conversions set up. So this is what you should see. And you're going to click that big plus conversions, add a new conversion button in the middle of the screen. You've got four options for conversions, but this is Google Ads fundamentals. So we're not going to worry about the three on the right for now. Phone calls may be important to you. We can always come back and set those up later. And I'll talk about how to do that in Search Mastery, which is a course that we offer at AgencySavvy if you want to take that. For now, though, let's just focus on your website. So we're going to click on that option on the left to track an action on your website. And you're going to have a few options here that you need to fill out. The first is to figure out the category of conversion that you want to track. Now, this isn't super important. Google isn't going to change anything based on what you enter here, but assuming that you might add more conversions later on, it does make sense to categorize these leads properly. And you can see there's a whole bunch of options. You've got some sales categories, some lead categories, which I've highlighted there. And then there's a couple of others below. And this may change by the time you log into your account, depending on when you watch this video. For now, I'm going to assume that we are trying to track some sort of lead form being filled out on our website. So let's choose Submit Lead Form. And then that's going to name the conversion for us. And of course, you can change that name if you want. Now, the third option here is for value. Now, value's a really, really important topic. Just by having a value for each of your conversions, you make the whole of Google so much more usable. You also put yourself in the top 20% of advertisers straight away. I can't tell you the number of accounts that I am asked to audit that still don't use conversion value. It's 2020. I would have thought people would have learned by now. You really want to use conversion value. This is particularly important when you start adding additional conversions later on. Maybe there are other things that you want to track on your website, maybe somebody downloading a PDF, or back to that phone call example. At that point, it's really important to use an appropriate value for each action. For now, we've only got the one action, so it doesn't really matter what we put in, but I do want you to choose that top option, use the same value for each conversion, and then put a number in that there. You can see I've put $100. Don't get hung up on the fact that this is a dollar amount and try to work out exactly how many dollars each lead is worth to your business on average. I prefer to call it the points game. Come up with a number of points here, and we're going to assign a number of points to that conversion. Again, not super important what you choose until you add other conversions later on, and you need to get the relative amount of points for each one. So for now, just choose that first of the three options and put a number. Even if you just leave it as 1, that's better than nothing. It's certainly better than picking that third option there of don't use a value for this conversion action. So pick the top option, put a number in there, any number. Now, the rest of these settings you can leave as they are for now. If you want to learn more about any of these, then click the little arrow over on the right-hand side there and follow that Learn More link. But for the purposes of Google Ads fundamentals, for this course, we're not going to dive into any additional detail there. So you're just going to hit Create and Continue down at the bottom. And once you've done that, you'll be given the 3 options for how to go install this tag. So again, tag or snippet or pixel basically all means the same thing. We've got this tag now, we've got this little piece of code that Google wants to give us, and it's asking us who's going to go install this tag on the website. Now, your best option, if you don't know code at all, your best option is to choose that middle one, email the tag. You don't need to change anything on that page except right down at the bottom there where it says email address. So just put in the email address there of your web designer, your web dev, your niece, whoever it is that looks after your website, put their email address down the bottom there and hit the send and continue button. Now, we'll talk about this in Search Mastery too, but if you want to control the code that's on your site, Google Tag Manager is a wonderful tool to enable you to do that. You need to get the geeks involved once. They install essentially this empty box that goes on every page of your site. And then once they've done that once, you're able to use this tool to put whatever code you want on whichever page you want. So this is a great option if you already use Google Tag Manager. If you haven't got that set up yet, though, then I would talk to your web dev and ask them to do that. But for now, the simple option is just to email the tag to them and get it installed. Doesn't really matter as long as you do some sort of tracking. And of course, lastly, if you understand code and you understand what to do with this code, then by all means, choose that first one, install the tag yourself. Exactly how the code will be given to you will depend a little on those three options in the middle there. What code do you already have installed on the site? Are you already using Google's global site tag? And how are you using it? Did you install the Google Analytics version of that? Again, if this is all gobbledygook for you, don't worry. Just hit that email the tag button in the middle and send this code off to your geek. If you do want to install it yourself, Google will spit out the header code there and then the event snippet as well. So you download that, you install it. Either way, whatever you do, you're going to hit next, probably email it to your web dev, hit next, and then you're going to land on this congratulations, you're done page. Now, the one thing I want to highlight there is you see that link in the middle there for the Google Tag Assistant plugin. I would go and follow that link, particularly if you use Chrome, and add this extension to Chrome. It's going to help you debug later on. So it's going to help you see, have I got all of the tags set up on my site the right way? Look, if you're the business owner, ignore this. If you think you're going to spend a bit more time playing with Google products like Google Ads and Google Analytics, then this is important. And then once you've done that, come back to your Google Ads account and you'll land on the conversion action page. Once this is all set up, now we can see we have one conversion action in our account and we can see all of the various information about that conversion there. And over time, obviously, as we start to run ads, then we will start to build up data on this screen and it'll tell us how many conversions and the value there over on the right hand side, what the value of these conversions are. And that's it. You have now set up your first conversion action. Congratulations, well done. Again, you are now ahead of 80% of the pack, and this is what's going to help you optimize your account. This is what's going to ensure that you are able to go get more of the good and less of the bad, enable you to make changes over time that improve your results. So well done. Go and have a glass of wine or a beer or a whatever beverage of your choice that's appropriate for the time of day, and I'll see you in the next video.